The thought of Havertz staying until he's 35 years old at Chelsea isn't going to happen. So that and more coming up as myself and Angelina are here in the studio for the Q&A.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the studio. No more Skype calls.
No.
Let's get straight into all of your questions. Right, you're going to ask the first one.
Yes, so this is from Jared Williams. Can you see Havertz staying at Chelsea for a long time and being as successful as the likes of Frank Lampard?
That's a big ask.
I was going to say, big ask, Lampard level at Chelsea.
Yeah. First off, I feel like players these days don't stay that long.
No.
And I can't see Havertz staying long. But this is my one thought on this is, how do you now define success? As successful as Lampard. If Havertz is to come in for 2 or 3 years, Lampard and Chelsea and Havertz finish top 4 every year. They have good runs in the Champions League. They win a Premier League trophy and a couple of FA Cups. Then he moves on. That's successful for that time, for that period of time. For him to be as successful as Lampard, you're assuming he's going to stay there for... How many seasons was Lampard at Chelsea? 14?
Something like
Since
that.
he signed from West Ham?
You don't see that nowadays, though. It's not...
The thought of Havertz staying until he's 35 years old at Chelsea isn't going to happen. So you'd kind of have to reduce the time and reduce the sort of equivalent success that Lampard would have had in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Which I think Havertz is capable of.
Yeah, I think if he makes a good impact and wins some trophies, then same level. Yeah.
It's the same level, just not over a prolonged period because nobody stays that long. But also the fact he's walking into an insane squad at the minute.
True.
When you add Chilwell, Thiago Silva, potentially a new goalkeeper, and obviously Ziyech Werner as well, as signings, forgetting the fact they've already got a good team. Yes.
Oh, it's depressing.
I can see so. Right, next up, Chibueze Deek has said, do you think Real Madrid and Zidane are making the right choice in not signing anyone? Though loan players are returning and they still have lots of players, I thought they would rather get rid of the deadwood and sign at least one.
Okay, I agree with the Deadwood situation because I feel like I was expecting a proper clear out. Especially like the whole Bale situation, because if he did make a return to England, I think they could still get, I mean, they're not going to get the same amount of money for him, but they could still get a decent amount of money for him, I think. Or if he went over to America maybe, because he loves his golf, so I don't know. But yeah, I was expecting Deadwood to have gone by now. And I think, I maybe was expecting a sign-in. I mean, I know there was talk of maybe looking for this Ramos replacement. I think it would have been nice to have seen that. And obviously they can't rely on Benzema forever, and obviously his name's completely escaped me.
They're getting rid of a few though.
Yeah, whose name? Oh my God.
Someone they're getting rid of?
No, somebody who plays for them. His name begins with a H, I can't remember.
Hazard.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. Oof. Right. The flight back to the studio was clearly messed me up. But yeah, as in his season kind of picked up a little bit, but wasn't 100%. I think they're maybe going to give him another season if he can sort things out and get a decent amount of goals. Then I guess up front they're not really worrying that much. But yeah, I don't know. And the loan players that are coming back, I think in the midfield they're pretty much set. So.
Yeah, this is the thing that you've got to kind of realise with Real Madrid. I'm not sure they need to go out and sign a massive player. I think that the team they've got now, they'll get rid of a few. So it looks like James is literally so close to signing for Everton.
Yeah.
Under
and I'm
Ancelotti.
happy with that. Yeah,
that's fine. That's a bit of Deadwood gone. You need squad players, right? And Real Madrid don't need to go and sign attackers because look, Jesus Renier, I think it's how you pronounce it, is on loan at Dortmund. Vinicius and Rodrigo are very young, could lead the attack for years for Real Madrid. Odegaard's come back into the midfield, right, on loan from Sociedad. Fede Valverde is breaking through more and more. Toni Kroos is only, I think, 29 or 30. They've got players who are going to be the stars of tomorrow, you would think. I mean, Kubo's gone out on loan as well, this time to Villarreal instead of Mallorca. So I'm not sure that, I mean, it's exciting for Real Madrid fans when you sign a new big wonderful player, I get it. I'm not sure if it's so necessary.
I agree, I mean, like I say, maybe one, but I think if they don't sign anyone, life goes on, it's Real Madrid.
Yeah, I mean, no one's in dire need of replacement. Like, if Ramos was on his last legs and you were like, we need someone new now, I'd understand.
But I reckon over the next year, they will probably now start looking at a solid replacement.
Look at a replacement for Ramos, a replacement for Modric, especially at 34. Potentially for Benzema, who knows, if they sell Gareth Bale. they're not in a rush.
Yeah.
Basically, Real Madrid.
Okay,
You're up next.
Yes. So this is from Matt321.
Not me.
No. Who do you think Juventus should get to replace Higuain? There was talk of Dzeko and Suarez coming, but I think they should go for Milik, mainly because of the age issue.
Yeah, I think Suarez is closest. Apparently, he's agreed a deal. 256,000 a week, which is a lot for
not too shabby.
34-year-old, 33-year-old. I have this weird sort of question for Juventus and Juventus fans. I understand that Suarez and Dzeko are better than Higuain. I get it. Why is Higuain being booted out as, you can go. You're 34. You're not going to start because we've got Ronaldo and Dybala.
Get to the old age, get to the old age pensioner home.
So why are you replacing him with another 34-year-old or more money?
I agree with that. It's like, because Suarez is a little bit more shinier and maybe a few months younger, they think it's okay.
Suarez is a little bit better, but within the next year, literally next summer, he'll be in exactly the same position as Higuain.
Exactly.
Dybala will still be amazing. Ronaldo will still be demanding to start every game because Ronaldo's he's like 25 physiologically, right? So Suarez is going to be in the same position as Higuain, and so is Dzeko. So I don't know what the
Why
point
not
is.
get somebody younger that you're going to get a good, solid, say, 5 seasons out of potentially?
Even with someone younger, like Milik from Napoli, he doesn't want to come sit on the bench either.
True.
How are you signing these big players to sit on the bench when Ronaldo's playing, Ronaldo's playing left wing a lot for Juventus as well, but the team's been built around Paulo Dybala too, unless Dybala was to be sold. So I'm not quite sure where this, if Suarez was to come in and sit on the bench, it'd be an awful waste of talent.
Yeah, definitely.
Who knows? Right, next up, Pranav Kalra said, can Ancelotti, we spoke about them earlier, take Everton to a top 6 or a top 4 place for their new signings of Allen from Napoli, James Rodriguez from Real Madrid, and potentially Doucouré from Watford? Yes. As of today, Friday morning, they have agreed a £25 million deal with Watford for Doucouré. So that one looks like it's over the line too.
Yes. Great signings. I think it's really good that Everton have got the manager that they've got. I mean, he is experienced. He's everything that you would want in it. Yeah, it's everything that you would want. If you're a team kind of in that middle part of the table where you're not really making that jump, he's a great manager to have, and I think the signings that he's brought in speaks volumes as to what he can bring to the table. I think the people that they've already got, Richarlison, Sigurdsson, depending what happens with Iwobi and Keane, etc. I think they've got a really good team. Top 4, I think we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, I'll be honest. But top 6, I'm really excited for Everton, but this is the thing, you get excited about Everton and then they let you down. And this is the thing, they need to somehow shake that off. And I think if they do manage to shake it off and these players do come in and they do make a really good impact, I'm rooting for Everton. I think that they could definitely, I'm not going to say they 100% will be in the top 6 at the end of this season, but I think they will be a lot closer than they've been in a long time.
They should challenge.
But it's Everton.
And this is the thing, when you always say that, I feel like now they actually have a solid midfield. So this midfield, Andre Gomez, Allen, Doucouré, bit further forward, right, James Rodriguez, Sigurdsson's a bit hit and miss. But Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, Moise Keane.
Yes.
The options are there for Everton. Why aren't they doing it? Infuriating.
I know.
Everton fans. Pulling our hair out.
Okay, so next up, this is from Ice Cat. Great name. So what's your opinion on Eriksson leaving Inter Milan? Where do you see him going, or should he stay?
I don't think anyone's going to take him at the moment, in all honesty. They paid 20 million for him, pounds that is. And he's had a pretty uninspiring 6 months. I'm not sure that any team is going to, pay 30, 40 like Inter Milan want. I just don't think he's good enough for Inter Milan. I don't think he fits their style of play, or he's up to the task of taking on Juventus, and being the key man for that team in that number 10 role. For Juve, do I think they should get rid of him? No, because they're not going to get money, like I said, and he's a good squad player to have around, even if they sign Arturo Vidal. I can't see him leaving. That's the thing. He said he's not going back to Spurs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like an obvious choice for some players that doesn't work out is to return to the former club. Can't see it happening. What I can see though is an Inter Milan 11 that I did. Great little segue in there, which you can watch here, somewhere above Angelina's head. There's a link to my video on how I think Inter will line up next season. Hint, it's without Eriksson. But I don't know. He just doesn't really seem to cut the mustard.
Yeah.
But yeah, right, last but not least, Arnav Saxena said, Matt and Angelina, what are your favourite desserts? Okay, here we go. This is the real questions. Anything made from chocolate is good for me.
This is so hard because I've got like bougie desserts, but I've also got like normal desserts. Like love a chocolate cake, love a carrot cake. I love like donuts, but I guess I'm getting more into just kind of like sweet things.
That's general sweets.
Yeah, but no, I think you can't go wrong with a good chocolate fudge cake. But then like my bougie dessert would be something like a creme brulee.
Oh,
because I love the fact that it's like got the sugar on top and you like break through and it's like more of a custardy vibe. But then like, you know, a good like apple pie sometimes.
I was gonna say apple crumble.
Yes,
the same thing as
apple
pie.
crumble. Yeah.
A little bit different. Apple crumble, I feel like that's really English.
Do you have custard or cream with you?
None, I just dry. I've never been a custard or cream fan.
Okay, fair enough.
Apple crumble for me is great. And if I was to go proper German / Austrian, I'd go for strudel, which is tasty too. I don't know, I don't really have too many desserts.
It's tough.
Panna cotta. There we go.
Yeah, that's more of a bougie one.
That is very bougie. That's my bougie selection. Anyway, thank you for all of your questions. As always, remember every Wednesday night in the YouTube community tab is where we will post for you guys to leave your questions for Friday's Q&A. But yeah, that's all from myself and Angelina. Make sure you look out for our Q&A extra too. But until next time, we will see you guys later.